What's going on, guys? Happy Friday. And today I want to touch base on building that fire within you, building that sense of urgency, and gaining a general understanding of how you can put yourself in a position where you can be self-sufficient, where you can allow yourself to work, and figuring out for yourself what environment you work best in, whether that's working under pressure, whether that's working at night, working in the morning. Me personally, I'm somebody that for whatever reason, I used to work very well at night. I did not like waking up early. Anytime I wake up in the morning, I'm kind of foggy. My brain doesn't process information correctly. And I just feel like I'm a little bit out of it, which is why nowadays I tend to, get my workout in before even doing any type of work. So stand for yourself. What environment do you work best in? Some of you guys might even need to invest in literally just going to a co-working space because, for whatever reason, it might be loud in your house. You might be around some people or surrounded by people that don't necessarily believe in what you're doing. And because of that, when you're working, it might make you feel like, you're just wasting time or you're just doing something for whatever reason. So for me personally, I always worked better from just a home office. I've tried doing the co-working spaces. It's just not for me. I don't like the idea of getting up and being, I don't want to say limited to working in my house, because at the end of the day, you could always get up and go work, but having a space at home where you feel comfortable to just do whatever you want to do and have a space where you feel comfortable to just grind. So I had a desk in my room, and that's what I was doing for the longest time, and I was just very consistent with it. Now the thing is, having that desk in my room kind of put me in a space where I felt a little bit more likely to just go sit down, lie down, and take a nap or whatever it is. So that put me in a position where I was just like, you know what, let me take the desk out of my room. That's not an environment that I feel like I could be most productive in. So literally just moved the desk to the basement at the time. This is when I was living back at my mom's house. And that completely changed the game for me. I was literally just able to lock in, have my own space, zone out from the world, and just lock in and do what I was supposed to do. So that's kind of how I went about finding an environment that I felt comfortable in working in. Now in my house here, I have my little home office or whatever. So that's very productive, works fine for me. I just sit there. I don't see my bedroom, my bed or anything, so I don't ever really get into the mood of sleeping unless I lie down on the couch or do whatever. But that's besides the point. Now, when it comes to finding what time you work best in and being able to excel in those times, so for me personally, after 12, after I get my workout in, get a little, rush of blood pressure and whatnot, and typically from 12 all the way up until the time that I eat, I tend to work best. Now, back in the day, it was always at night because it was quiet. And obviously, if you guys live with your parents, there might be people running around, there might be noise downstairs, there might be whatever it is. And that not necessarily prevents you from working, but it puts you in a space where you might focus a little bit less. And you have to gain a better understanding of how you can just lock in and work with the least amount of distractions possible. This is what allows you to work more efficiently. The more things that are processing through your mind and going through your head at the same time, the less efficient you're gonna be when it comes to making decisions within your business and actually being able to hyper-focus. Now I'm somebody that, I think I have ADHD. I've never been personally diagnosed with ADHD or anything like that, but I self-diagnosed myself. So that being said, any little noise that I hear, whatever it is, I'm getting up, I'm going to check it out. I'm paying attention to it. I start scrolling on my computer. I start doing whatever. So I just like to put myself in a space and an environment where I just don't hear any types of distractions. So back in the day for me, it was really just nighttime. Sometimes I literally even had alarms at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning to just get up and grind, get up and work. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, the only thing is, yes, I was tired around those times, but I was in a state of mind where that was my best environment to work in. And it was the best opportunity for me to just focus with no noise, nothing. So now the second thing that we talk about when it comes to environment, and I've spoken about this in one of my previous videos, is are you somebody that is debating on moving out, wanting to have your own spot, your own space? You have to be able to evaluate the pros and the cons of every situation. So for you, in your current space, what is preventing you, let's say, from being your most productive self? Now the thing is, oftentimes, you guys coming up with excuses as to why you can't be productive or as to why you're not starting something is the main reason as to why you're not gonna get anywhere with it in the first place. There's always an excuse before finding a solution. Have you even tried to put the work in there before even being able to say, you know what, this is a space and environment that I don't see myself being able to work in. You have to try it. And it's like anything else. In life, you apply the same sorts of optimizations and scaling strategies as you would within any of your businesses. So let me put that into perspective for you guys. When it comes to your businesses, yesterday I touched base on trying to sell a product before going out and completely trying to re-optimize, rebuild your website. And when it comes to life, it's the same thing. So how are you going to say you're incapable of working in the environment that you're in without ever trying to apply yourself to sit down and work in that environment? You might be somebody that literally just doesn't know where to start, and that's why you have to find a sense of direction. And for me personally, I was able to find that sense of direction in researching YouTube videos, watching videos, seeing where people started, how people get started. Like literally whatever you guys have in mind right now, you can start with. You guys can get started with. It's not hard. It's just a matter of being able to look at it, apply yourself, and turn it on. If you guys are looking up videos on, how to sell online, Shopify drop shipping, day trading, whatever it is, literally just open the account and start. I'll put the link, honestly, I'll put the link in the description below for $1 Shopify store. You guys can do that in the description below. So just hit that button and just get started with it. Like, it's not hard. You don't need to know exactly where to start because there's no set in stone place or point in time or position or whatever it is that you guys can get started at. There's no perfect situation for you guys to start. You guys literally just have to apply yourselves and say, you know what, I'm gonna do it. So for me personally, I seen this shit online and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna try to build this out. So I clicked the thing and just built the Shopify store. It wasn't no crazy store. It did not do well. I did not have ads converting. I didn't have any money coming in or whatever it was, but I'm like, you know what, let me just try this. So I pressed the buttons, I set it up, and I'm like, cool. It's not rocket science. You guys don't have to know how to run your ads to get started. You don't have to know how to build a website to get started. You don't have to know what products to sell to get started. You just have to start and try it. Because what you guys don't realize is more times you guys are gonna fail off the rip. You can spend as much time as possible studying something, trying to get started with it, figuring out the exact strategies you have to implement to test and whatnot, or whatever. But you guys are probably still gonna fail because you don't have the knowledge and experience in the game itself for you guys to be able to even properly apply anything. Let me put this into perspective for you guys. The reason why I say school doesn't properly prepare you to operate a business is because school will teach you the knowledge and education perspective of everything without giving you any sort of reassurance that you're going to be able to survive in the real world once things start to play out. School gives you the educational perspective and point of view of being able to perform those skills. They teach you the knowledge of what it's like to perform those skills. You can't gain the experience without actually applying yourself. So school is backwards because you're not going to be able to do anything by just knowing how to do it or the concept of doing it because you don't know how to press the buttons. You can study how to build a high converting website and still not understand how to build a high converting website because you don't know how to do the whole copywriting. You don't know where to put the pictures. You don't know how to properly graphic design your images to look appealing to the eye for these customers. So learning the education is honestly a very slim portion of it. I would learn the basics, maybe look into marketing videos and understand what buttons you have to click, but you have to be able to understand and learn the metrics for yourself. And this is with anything. Even when it comes to sales, you guys could go learn everything that has to do with human psychology and understanding how to sell something and But until you actually sell it and understand how to properly optimize your sales pitch, the way you speak, understanding how to respond to people, being able to think quick on the fly, you guys will not be able to sell it. And it's just a common concept with everything. Like even, let's say, when it comes to working out and hitting the gym, you can watch as many videos as possible on YouTube about hitting bench press and how to push more weight and do whatever it is, but you also have to take the experience to do it, to understand how to properly rep out the bench press, how to properly train your muscles to be able to push the bench press. There's a lot of different things that you have to train, not only your mind, but your body to be able to get accustomed to doing these things. So it's not always just about you knowing what to do, whatever it is, and knowing when to do it, whatever it is. The perfect situation will not come about. And that's the thing. Like a lot of you guys say, oh, well, I don't want to get started right now because I don't know how to run ads. Well, you're not going to learn how to run ads without actually trying to run ads. And the thing is, it's inevitable for you guys to lose money. No matter what level you're at, you're always at some point going to lose some money, make some money here, lose some money, make some money here, lose some money, optimize, make some money here. That's how it works. It's the cycle of business. the thing that's working today isn't necessarily going to work a year from now. So what that means is the optimization strategies that you're using right now maybe are not going to work next year. And because they might not work next year, it's going to put you in a position where you have to take a step back, re-optimize, learn a new strategy, start to play with things, you know, split test this, split test this, split test this, split test that, and then be like, shit, all right, this is what's working. This is what's not working. All right, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to excel on trying to do this more and more. So it's inevitable, guys. Like, you guys, especially if you're getting started, your first product, sure, if it hits, I don't want to say it's luck, but considering you don't know what you're doing, it's more than likely luck. It took me 1.5 years, 2 years to even be able to see any type of profitability with paid ads. And yes, I could have probably applied myself to learning a little bit more of the knowledge perspective of it, but it was experience. I was gaining the experience. I literally spent every single paycheck I had and blew it on Facebook ads. Facebook took every single dollar that I had from age 16 all the way up till I was about 17, 18 years old. And I don't regret any of it, because at the time, one, I didn't need the money. I didn't care to have the money. What am I going to go buy? I'm going to go buy clothing and then whatever. I was never really into that type of stuff. I wanted cars. I like cars. I wanted cars. And I knew that I wouldn't be able to afford cars with the kind of money that I was losing. I could have sat down and I could have saved up the little $1,000, $2,000 a month that I was making from working my job or whatever it is. But what would that have amounted to for me? You know how many months you have to make $2,000 a month for in order for you to be able to go out and buy a car that's $100,000? Especially considering you're paying tax on whatever. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And so you guys have to logically look at this stuff. Like, you're afraid to go lose $1,000 here, $1,000 there, when you guys have potential to make $100K a month, $200K a month. The potential of scalability is basically unlimited as long as you guys continue to apply yourself and reinvest the money that you guys are making. So what point is there for you guys to sit there and be afraid to lose a couple $100? It's not doing anything for you. That money that you guys have, honestly, I want to say up until you guys are sitting on maybe like $300,000, maybe $250,000 in liquid cash, you don't have any money that can be turned into anything life-changing. Now, what I mean by that is $250,000 is not life-changing just sitting in the bank. But $250,000 can be leveraged in a way that can be life-changing. You guys could go out and, you know, buy your first property and start to rent that out or whatever it is. You guys could go out and do a lot of things with $250,000, invest it here, invest it there, whatever it is. You guys could do a lot of things with $250,000. Think about it this way. If you 10x $10, you only have $100. If you 10x $100, you only have $1,000. If you 10x $1,000, you only have $10,000. That's not life-changing money. But if you 10x 10 grand and you have the ability to go out and put in 10 grand, that's going to be $100,000. And it's the same thing from 100K to $1 million. So obviously this is basic math and everybody knows that, but what it comes down to is you being able to leverage more money. If you have $1 million and you make 1% off $1 million, or you have $10 million and you make a percent off of $10 million, how much more money is that? The more money you have, the more money you're able to make with plays and investments that aren't as risky. And think about it from a perspective of risking 10 grand in the grand scheme of things is not all that, to be honest. It doesn't take that much to make 10 grand. You can make 10 grand from a minimum wage job. You can make 10 grand from pretty much almost any business without even trying to scale it up and just operating on your own. So that being said, one, what it comes down to is literally just getting started, going out and applying yourself. It doesn't matter where you start, just drop the pin and start. Two, stop procrastinating and making excuses as to why you can't work. Yes, your environment is everything. However, you have to be able to try working in your environment and test that out for yourself to be able to optimize from there. Don't say you can't work in your environment. You're at least going to be able to accomplish something in the space that you're currently in. And I think with that being said, that will bring us, what the fuck? I don't go through the exit here. I don't even care. That will bring us to the end of this video. And please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Once again, happy Friday. And let me know what you guys are struggling with in life. And I'll be able to get back to you guys with a response video. I'm honestly really enjoying doing these daily things. And I appreciate all the love and support that I've gotten so far. So yeah, y'all take it easy. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.